Now, the coronavirus pandemic may have exposed East Africa's pre-existing condition, the distrust between Kenya and her neighbor Tanzania. According to the latest numbers, 51 truck drivers from Tanzania tested positive for COVID-19 and were denied entry into the country. Well, Kenya now wants her neighbor's help in containing the virus. But as NTV's Kennedy Mureithi reports, Tanzania announced her own countermeasures barring cargo trucks from Kenya from entering the country.
Kenya and Tanzania seem to be pulling in different directions in the war against the coronavirus and in efforts to safeguard their citizens' interests. The Chief Administrative Secretary in the ministry, Rashid Amin, said the country had heightened the surveillance at their border points, especially with Tanzania, as the number of infections among truck drivers rose.
There were also 53 truck drivers who were tested and were positive at the various points of entry on the Kenya-Tanzanian border. They include 51 Tanzanians and 2 Burundi nationals. All were referred back to Tanzania.
Kenya has further announced more measures to ensure those allowed into the country are clear of the virus, including testing Tanzanian truckers before they cross the border.
We have to tighten the surveillance at our border points so that we are able to keep away any persons who are infected.
We had already had discussions with the Namanga and the border point management to be able to identify a school for that short time that those who have been tested are going to be there so that they are separated and that we manage the movement of the people after testing.
In an effort to curb a further spread of the virus in the country, President Uhuru Kenyatta Saturday closed the borders with Tanzania and Somalia, except for cargo, but the drivers will have to undergo thorough screening. The move has not gone down well with Tanzania, who today announced their own countermeasures.
Kwamba kuanzia leo, yani kuanzia sasa, wala sio kuanzia leo, kuanzia sasa, muda huu, kama kuna gari inatoka upande wa Kenya, imebeba shehena, imebeba mzigo, inaleta Tanzania, kuanzia leo, ni marufuku. Kwa sababu hatuwezi kuwa na bidhaa na Watanzania wanakaa hapa zaidi ya wiki nzima, halafu wanatangazwa kwamba wana corona.
According to Tanzania, the long queues of drivers waiting to be tested at the Kenyan borders were discriminatory.
Na tangu nimekuja hapa Ijumaa, niliagiza sekta ya afya ipime baadhi ya watu wanaotokea Kenya. Kati ya watu waliopimwa, zaidi ya wasafiri wanaotokea Kenya, wa Kenya, zaidi ya 19 wana corona. Sasa hatuwezi sisi turuhusu waendelee kutoka Kenya na corona zao waingize ndani ya nchi yetu.
I understand that there has to be, within the spirit of East African cooperation, countries must be able to talk and come with some common strategy on how to deal with this cross-border problem.
In a hard-hitting statement released today by the Tanga Provincial Commissioner Martin Shigela, all Kenyan cargo truck drivers will not be allowed into Tanzania, but those from other nationalities transiting through Tanzania to their respective countries will be allowed through.
Lakini kwa wenzetu ambao wanatutengenezea mazingira magumu, kama mkuu wa mkoa, naona Watanzania walioko kwenye eneo hili wanapata shida, wametoka Mbeya, wametoka Njombe, na mimi ndio mwenye dhamana ya huu mkoa. Kwa ndugu zangu, tuweze kuelewana hivyo, na nyinyi Watanzania wala msihangaike kwenda kule kununua bidhaa. Kama mlikuwa mnapenda kununua, na mwenyekiti ameniambia hapa, 90% wanatoka upande wa Kenya wanakuja kununua kwetu. Sasa kuanzia sasa tuchukue hatua, kwa sababu kila wanapoingia ndani ya nchi yetu wanatuletea ugonjwa wa corona. Sisi corona Tanzania tumefika mahara, tumeondokana nayo.
Whereas Kenya says it cannot dictate to a foreign country on how it should be managing this disease, it is calling on its neighbors to be a little more vigilant on how they handle these cases, as most of them are now coming from the borders. However, it has says that it is going to intensify testing at these border points to make sure that anybody who comes into the country has to have been checked thoroughly before they are allowed at any of those border points. Kennedy Mureithi, NTV in Nairobi County.